Antarctica is really spooky for flurfs. The final experiments have been devastating for flat earthers. There are infighting, some have left flat earth, and some have changed the topics of their videos. Let me give you an example. This is a YouTuber called Fittest Flat Earther, and he's also big on TikTok. He's often used by Flat Earth Banu as an expert on flat Earth. This is an example of videos he made before the final experiment.
Hey, you. You still think Antarctica is a continent at the bottom of a globe? You haven't figured out it's an ice wall yet? Stick around. If you watch this whole thing, you might just figure it out. Let's first take a walk down memory lane back to 1957 when the Navy went to Antarctica, and what did they find? A never-ending, and I mean never-ending ice wall.
This video he made before the final experiment. After that he haven't mentioned Antarctica in any of his videos. Now he's looking on the other side of Earth.
What on earth could the Cold War, Mountain Dew, Flat Earth, Admiral Byrd, and the Aurora Borealis have in common? Stick around, you'll find out.
The short answer to that stupid question is nothing.
I want to start off by showing you this map. It's called the Mercator map, and whether you believe we live on a globe or a flat stationary plane, it works for both models.
That's not the Mercator projection. This is a Mercator projection.
But what I want to show you is this part right here. We're going to zoom in on it right now. Okay, here it is.
Oh, some older rubbish from Eric Dubay.
And what we have here in the center is something called Mount Meru or Rupus nigra. And you will not find this on any of our current day maps.
And the reason for that is simple. It doesn't exist.
And it's not because it's not there. It's because they hide it from you.
Always the same nonsense. They are hiding things. They are lying. Who are they and why?
Because whatever is here would fill you in on the place you live. And I don't know if it's because there's a toroidal field here that is coming off. I don't know if it's because this giant magnetic mountain is the one that is so big and huge that it's what all our compasses point to. But all I know is they don't want you to know what's there so badly that they created a Cold War to set up shop so that they could prevent everybody from going in. And I'm going to show you that right now.
And he thinks that he can prove this nonsense. This will be interesting.
The North Pole is a biggie. It's always been in my mind. I've juggled with the idea, is there hidden land? Could they have possibly hidden?
Oh dear, this is so typical flat earther. Here he uses this flat earth fool, mud, flood, idiot and so on from UK as some kind of expert.
Continents in the Arctic Ocean, which is seemingly an ocean. They could hide that there. Many old maps will show you the Hyperborean, 4 continents, and in the centre, Axis Mundi. And I think that's what's there. I think that is Mount Meru.
You cannot go there. It is a magnetic toroidal hyperbola. Therefore, there is no way that you can fly anywhere near the North Pole in the centre of the Earth.
And he used this nutcase too as some kind of experts. Of course you can fly over the North Pole. Planes fly in that area all the time to get from Europe to the west coast of US and so on.
So what I want to show you here is that in 1947, Admiral Byrd took a trip over there. And if we all knew that there was a toroidal field, then we would certainly know that we don't live on a globe. So I want to show you proof of him going over there. I want to show you how that led to the Cold War and how they did predictive programming even with Mountain Dew.
So you can prove it. Let's see how you succeed with that one.
Is a reading of the official transcripts of Rear Admiral Richard E. Byrd's flight logs recording during and shortly after his pioneering journey deep into the unknown regions of the Arctic North Pole on the 19th of February 1947.
And before that, many expeditions have been to the North Pole. The first one was Robert's, he on the image here.
So I just want you to bookmark this. 1948, Mountain Dew was first trademarked. I want you to think about this as I show you the problem, reaction, solution that they create for not wanting us to go to that North Pole.
No one stopping you from going to the North Pole. You can go there by a cruise. You can go there running in a marathon. Oh dear.
It's probably something you guys have heard of. It's called the Cold War. Now check this out.
On a parallel just north of 66 degrees is the Arctic Circle. If modern bombers carrying modern bombs over the polar ice cap were to cross the Arctic Circle at midnight, they could destroy virtually...
Is the big picture, an official television report to the nation from the United States Army.
In the barren, frozen wilderness which reaches above the Arctic Circle, a new system for continental defense is being built under conditions where ice and snow and isolation are part of everyday life, where man must learn to live with nature before he can learn to defend himself against a living enemy. This is the Dew Line, a carefully planned system of radar stations for detecting approaching enemy planes while they are far beyond our borders, stretching from the northwestern limits of Alaska, across Canada and on to Baffin Bay.
So here's what's really going on. Here's that toroidal field with Mount Meru, and they don't want you anywhere near that, because if you got near that, you would realize you live on a stationary flat plane and not a globe. So what do? They say they're building things to detect people coming across. No, they're building detection so they know if anyone from both sides is getting to this area. And notice it was called the Dew Line, right? That's funny. Let's look at this. Do you remember I said to remember what year they trademarked Mountain Dew? It was 1948. Do you remember what year Admiral Byrd went to the North Pole and probably found Mount Meru? 1947.
So did they build the Berlin Wall to hide Mount Meru? This fool don't know anything about the Cold War. And he make stories up. He listening to fools like Martin from UK, the madman in Mexico and Eric Debay. Let's have a quick look on one more video from this fool about the North Pole.
So if you didn't see part one of this, go check it out, and how the Dew Line and the Cold War was created to keep us away from the North Pole, the Aurora Borealis, the giant magnetic black rock.
Thank you, but we have already watched that dumpster fire.
In the center of the Earth. Well, let's get into a little bit of this Aurora Borealis and what I think's going on. Is this the light of God shining down on us? Or is it something else? I'm going to let you decide. So I just want to show you this and explain it because it will save time. But this guy has a laser down here. And down here he has obviously a cup or a jar. And there's a mirror right there. And he's going to shine the laser at the mirror and it's going to shine off. And watch what he does with just frequencies and acoustics.
And I'm simply aiming it right for that mirror. Now, with a little bit of smoke, we can see the incoming beam and the outgoing beam. It's that outgoing beam that's going to form the patterns for us. Now, to use this, I'm simply going to aim that laser to the back wall and make sounds into it. Frequencies. Now, these might be a little bit hard to see in the video, so I think it might be better if I try these in the dark.
Remember what this looks like.
And I keep my voice nice and low.
Looks like an oscilloscope or something. Red line moving on the wall. What do you think it looks like?
I get better with figures than if I talk higher. I can't see to get much up here. Let's go back down to la 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 la.
Especially now when he makes it a permanent noise. Watch.
Instead of me talking, let's try it with an electric piano.
keep your mind on remembering how that looks. Kind of looks like this, right? Same type of light, kind of shimmering in water-like, frequency-like. This is a star.
Oh dear, this nonsense. Are he looking at Mikey Smith, or that is not how a star looks? It taken with a P1000 or something out of focus and so on. Oh dear.
Okay, now let's slow this star down and see what we see. If you know me, we're going to talk about the dogs in this star.
The dogs? What dogs? Oh dear.
And you can slow it down even more, and you can pause it and you can look. But there are dog images in this star, and this is Sirius. This is the dog star. And there are actual images of dogs in there. So what does this mean? Just in case you couldn't catch them in that last video, I like to do a quick pause. See it here and there. Obviously, this top right one is a picture of a actual dog. But these are the dogs. There are two faces there. This one's pretty clear. These are images you can find in that star right before. So again, what does this mean?
It don't mean anything, but it proves that he is a big fool.
Think about taking this slideshow and adding it to the frequencies of that laser, and it's going to look pretty much like. So again, you take the frequencies in the dog slideshow, you put them together, and voila. And I say it again, what does this mean? In my opinion, and I've been saying this for a while now, I think we are in a time past tribulation, and in the Bible, the stars are talked about that they're angels.
So stars are angels. What about the northern light then?
And during tribulation, the stars fall to the earth. So I believe the fallen angels are here among us. And if the fallen are here among us, it just goes without saying. They wouldn't want us to know that. So if those stars fell and we looked up and we didn't see any stars, we would know that they were among us. We would know the period of time we were in. We would know we were post-Bible. And they don't want us. They don't want us aware. They don't want us to know.
So the northern light is angels, fallen angels falling to the ground. Oh dear.
Because we're in Satan's short season.
This is the kind of stupidity that many flat earthers believe in. They believe this kind of fools, and they are afraid of the 24-hour sun. Okay, that was all for this time. I have got a lot of questions about why I've been away almost 2 months and about the bet with Jaren. I will come back to that in the live stream, hopefully quite soon. Have a nice day, see you soon, bye.